That's better, or I think it's better anyway. It looks better on the screen, so hopefully I can join these two videos together. That's going to be a challenge, but okay, I do like a challenge. Now, this is the next challenge, as I've shown you this adaptability, which very much looks like a turtle to me. So, and I really actually like it. I know when I showed you before, I really quite like the, see the pattern underneath with the words coming through him. I quite like that. So, what I'm going to try and do is do a very thin gold. Now my gold in Australia that I use, which is quite thin, is a medium bodied acrylic satin finish, this one, which is my favourite, but I've left this overnight, so I'm not sure that this is actually going to pull how I want it to pull. It only needs a tiny bit of paint, but I left it overnight thinking that would be a good, I'd get back to it, you know, but I didn't, so I don't know whether or not this is actually going to pull or not. So this is all a bit of an experiment, really, right in front on YouTube. Now this is also on the plate, the bought plate, not on one of my handmade plates, and I might actually give it a bit of a roll down. Alright, so it kind of half pulled, as you can see. You can see how it's just half pulled. So that's a bit of a shame, but I still love the colours and the actual piece. What I'm going to do now is I might try and pull the rest with the gold again, and more gold maybe I didn't have quite enough. Also, because the plate's been sitting, maybe I should have broken it up the sides. That might have made it better. Going to see if I can actually print on this paper. Now this is kitchen paper, what's it called? Oh, wrap paper. It's quite a lot thicker. Tracing paper, but it's definitely thicker than anything I normally use, but sometimes it pulls better. But again, it's not really going to pull that off. Right, well that's permanently on there. Excellent. I love that. That just turned into some beautiful gold paper. Righto, I think what I shall do is I shall just move on then. I mean, it's just going to activating this is you know, dots off onto that one. Where is my there onto there? So this is just yellow oxide, which is one of my favourite colours. Gold in here. my brayer on that very white piece of paper. Now I'm just going to leave that for a second, and then I'm going to, you see that, yeah, going to this is a very colour. Okay, so that's coloured up just by using the scrap, you know. I might get that, oh, this is this gorgeous American Indian, did I say American Indian before? American Indian symbols. Let's just see, shiny side down. Okay, and I'm going to go the other side here too. Okay, now this is on gorgeous. I love it. It's not whole though, so yeah, but I love that. I also like, you see how that bit in the middle of the turtle has come out, but I like using this Japanese calligraphy paper because it's translucent, so you can actually just get that piece on your card or on whatever you're doing. All right, I'm going to move that aside because that's so that is the bought one, that one, and I'm going to do, I did these ones also on the video that I haven't put up. Now these are mine, and because you haven't seen the video, clearly that might be, these are mine, and I made these a long time ago, and I am going to pull these, I think, on grey, just grey paper, and see how I go with that. Again, this is African American, did I say it before? African American symbols, and I'm going to do that, but then I'm going to plate, see the plate that, you know, I might hold on down this side. Now, there's one thing about these man-made, homemade plates, the recipe that I put up on my site is the one that we use in Australia, all of the ingredients Australian. There's one thing about this plate, compared to the other plate, is it dries really fast. Okay, so the one you buy from the shop, you have a little bit of time with it, you know, but with this one, oh yeah, it's just, it's kind of an instant. So there's that. Isn't my plate gorgeous? Don't you love the speckleness of it? It's so old. I just adore it. So this pulled better. And this is the first activation too. I haven't played with this. So that's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. I'm going to pull again, maybe on, I wish I had some black paper. Maybe I'll do it on white, actually, something I don't normally do, but you'll see the speckles maybe better, like the sky, night sky. This is my night sky plate. Okay, so I'm going to do that same, gold or blue? No, I think I'll do both actually. I'll just do a little bit of blue there and a little bit of gold there. These are the acrylics that I use in Australia that I buy. I'll show you them in a second. Okay, white. Stick. Okay, oh, I can't even say that. I think it's clearly not Australian. My acrylics that I use, but I do get them from Australia. The ghost print of the, but as you can see, oh, that beautiful speckly sky, which I actually absolutely adore. Absolutely adore. So, that's that one. And I have one other that I did, which I will pull also, but I will pull that. Where is it? Pull that. This is another old one. It doesn't have quite the same, it has the adaptability symbol though, on it. So I think I'm just going to go gold on this because there's actually quite a lot of blue. And I'm going to go grey because I just like my, well, maybe I should go translucent. Let's see if I can manage to pull it on this piece of lovely paper actually. Yes, all right. I was going to tell you what these paints are in Australia. They are made in Australia, it says. So okay. Let's just see if we can pull this on this paper. I don't use this paper very much. It's that waxed paper, you know, baking paper that they use. So I thought, well, I might as well give it a go. It's very strong. Okay, this is the paints I use. Aralado di Palo, or something like that. This is antique gold. Made in Australia. Yeah, made in Australia. So there you go. Alright. Oh, yes. Okay. Beautiful. Ah, there he is. How gorgeous. He will just be sensational. I don't know whether you can see. It's got the gold and the blue. And this one's got speckles on it too. Aren't they gorgeous? I really love my speckle. I didn't know this one had so much speckles on it too though. I think it must be just getting older. Older and older, huh? As it gets older, it gets more speckly. Has anyone found that? This recipe, or it's funny, this recipe actually, I wonder if there's any ghost print left, or is it, no, it's completely dry. This recipe might go, of yellow oxide maybe. The recipe I used in these was years ago, and it had alcohol in it. I'm sure it had alcohol in it. It's not the same one as I use now. I like the one I use now. far better if you want a beautiful, you know, beautiful plate to work on. But I don't know whether it's the alcohol that disintegrates them. I don't know. Or whether I've just used it so much. Ghost print. The ghost print is gorgeous too. Yeah, that's just sensational. So what I did, I don't know whether in this light can you see the gold. Not very good at this, but anyway. I will get better, I promise. So that's on the Japanese calligraphy paper, so it's translucent, and this one's on the wax paper, which is also translucent but much thicker, so you know it's more difficult to kind of work with, I find, but it does pull a very nice print also, and that's the white with the speckles, and then there's the other plate with the grey with all the speckles. Right. Okay, so now my plates are clean of all that ink work, and it was just a thin layer, and maybe I could just go around the opposite way and actually do the opposite way. Oh no, look, I'll have a look at I'll see if I can get the video up. All right, okay. Lovely spending time with you. I will try and get the other video up, and yes, and then I'm gonna try and get the other video up, put this one up, and then I'm going to actually get some of these pages. Either I'm going to work on the cards that I showed you, or I'm going to work in the journal, in the altered book of Robins on here. All right, take care of yourselves. All the best.